contamos con media hora, vaya también mirando sus tiempos. Gracias.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today we'll talk about the interculturality that exists in our school. The main objective of our presentation is to show the cultural impact that the students that come from another country or have studied abroad. And now we will introduce the students who come from another country.
Okay, what is the interculturality? The interculturality refers to the interaction, exchange, and mutual understanding between people from different cultural backgrounds. It involves recognizing and respecting the diversity of cultures, their unique customs, values, and perspectives in a high school setting. Interculturality fosters an environment where students can learn from one another, develop empathy, and gain deeper appreciation for the world around them. The importance of the interculturality in education. One, cultivating global awareness. Interculturality helps students develop a broader understanding of the world, fostering global awareness and a sense of interconnectedness. Two, promoting empathy and respect. By learning about and engaging with diverse cultures, students develop empathy, tolerance, and a deeper respect for a cultural difference. 3. Preparing for the future. Intercultural competence is a value asset in an increasingly globalist world, equipping students with the skills to navigate and thrive in a diverse professional and social environments. Addressing stereotypes and bias. Interculturality challenges stereotypes and bias, encourage students to think critically and approach cultural difference with an open and inclusive mindset.
Hello, good morning. It's a pleasure to introduce myself to all of you. My name is Minho Choi, as everyone knows, and I'm from Korea. I'm 70 years old, and I'm going to give you a little opinion that I have in Mexico. My opinion about Mexico is that everyone's just so friendly. Um, I have some example that one day I went to a street and just say hello to anyone, and someone just had a handshake to me. And that was a great memory about my opinion of Mexico.
As a part of the presentation, we are going to ask 3 questions from every person that comes to here. So, Choi, it was difficult for you to learn Spanish?
Well, it wasn't that difficult for me because when I was a little child, my parents sent to English study school, so I studied English, and then I came to Mexico and studied Spanish. So it wasn't that difficult for me.
What was the first word to say in Spanish?
Well, it was my name, Mijo Choi, because when I came to Mexico, my dad told me that your name in Mexico is Mijo Choi. So okay, and said Mijo Choi, and I think that was my first word that I said in Spanish.
And you came from Mexico. What was the first dish that you tasted here?
Well, my first days of Mexico, I'm not really sure because it's so time ago, but I think it was a taco, just some meat. Well, then. I like Mexica's food and bread.
Chile, it is hard to manage different language.
Some
What change did you see in the people from your country and from Mexico? Um, what was your first word in Spanish?
My name is Ma. I'm 16 years old. As you can see, I'm from China. I was born in. My opinion of Mexico is a beautiful city. I like the food and a lot of people are friendly.
What is your favorite dish from Mexico?
Pero I've been also.
Okay. What was your first word in Spanish?
I think it's the same. Hello. Hola.
And how often did you visit your country? How often did you visit your country?
Like 2 years and often I have visited my country.
So now it's time from the students that at the gym. See.
We lost Gigi.
Please.
But Gigi is here.
Well.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Ines. I'm 16 years old. I'm from China. My opinion for Mexico is country, beach, very beaches, curious and music and traditions and art. What is the thing you miss most about your country? Okay. What was the most difficult thing to stay in Mexico? What was the most difficult thing of staying in Mexico?
A little louder, Gigi.
If you could change something about Mexico, what would it be?
I was less happy. Okay.
Okay, so now it's time from the students that study in another country.
Hi, my name is Luis or Renato. I am 17 years old and I studied for a whole summer in Toronto, Canada as a part of the school program, Emma school program.
Okay, was it difficult to face with the other countries?
It wasn't that well, it wasn't that difficult to talk with Canadians because they have a really good pronunciation and it's a really easy pronunciation. They don't have a lot of accent, so it was easy to talk to them. But since I was in a school program, I got to talk with a lot of other people that were in Canadian, like there were Russians, Chinese, Japanese. So maybe talking to them was a little bit difficult because they had another type of accent, or they didn't know how to say certain words in English.
What was the first misunderstanding you had when you were there?
There were two. One is a little funnier than the other. The food, there isn't a lot of traditional food in Canada. There are like two dishes that they talk about, but it wasn't like Mexico that we have tacos, pozole, and a lot of stuff. So I didn't try the food, the traditional food, but I did try normal stuff. And one thing that was like very shocking to me was that they don't make eggs like we do. They don't have egg normally. They have egg in box. It's like making a pancake. You don't just grab the box and put it there, and you have egg. It was really strange. Another thing that was pretty rare in Canada was that when we were in the street, we came across like the middle of the street. It wasn't like far away from the center. It was another city. We encountered. Wait a second. I came across a club that was for ladies. A club that was for ladies to dance and stuff like that, like in the middle of the street. The people that were showing us the city were like, "Don't see that. You can see that. Don't look at over there." So it was something pretty funny.
And for the last, where did you stay over?
I stayed in the dorms of the school that we were in. It was the students' dorms. It was yes, like we were students there, and there were a room with two beds. I stayed with another Mexican kid from the EMA of the south, and there were public bathrooms where I had to bathe and stay there. And we went there like in the early morning because it was pretty embarrassing, and we stayed there for 3 weeks. Está el Mauricio, no sé si se puede ver. ¿No?
For the last, we have some questions that we want some of you ask for whoever you want. So you can ask for whoever you want to ask. Pregúntale que nos quieras preguntar.
Of course.
In which language did you see TV?
Again, the question?
Yeah. In which language did you see TV?
I usually use Korean.
I think that is wrong.
Which language did you see in TV? Like,
Sorry, I'm not good at hearing the things. So.
when you were in
well-
Korea, did you listen to English, Korean?
Well, when I was in Korea, I saw in TV Korean. In Mexico, I saw in Spanish.
Okay.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
Next.
Jaime.
You choose.
Okay. What's the first place you visit in Mexico?
Say, Italia, Hong Kong. De Tortuga.
Okay.
The score goes to Choi. What's your favorite dessert from Mexico?
What?
Your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert.
Favorite dessert? I make this chocolate. Yeah.
Arroz con leche es la respuesta.
Well, I tried, but it wasn't that good for me. So.
Who else have some questions? One.
First product you see here. First program you saw here.
I think it's the FIFA.
What?
Guillermo.
Sí me tengo una pregunta para ti. Diría que pararse, pero él está como de colado. Para allá. The first mall you visited in Mexico.
Mall center, mall.
The first mall.
Shopping center, shopping center, mall, shopping center. Buena Vista. Okay, also guys,
I want to ask them something. What is the most difficult thing that you run here in Emma? Language. Okay. And do you think that we make this more hard or more easy to apprend? More easy. More easy. Why?
Because the teacher and the classmates, they will help you.
Okay, teachers and classmates help you. Okay, I think that we can love your classmates because they help you.
also guys, maybe you don't have a paper, but sometimes we can ask your friends or your partners because sometimes you are studying or you are doing some activities. So this is the moment. Maybe you have some questions to them. Also, if you want to ask them whatever you want, maybe because you don't have time, or maybe you like I want to know something, but I don't have time to ask because we are working or doing homework or studying, or even we don't have this opportunity in this moment. You are able to ask them. So, any question?
Again, for Joy, because it made me feel curious. In your presentation, you said that that thing your father told you, your name in Mexico is Choi. So, do you have a different name for Korean?
I don't know, it's just same. If you want, can say.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you ask that because some Korean, Chinese, or whatever, they adopt a Mexican name, for example, River, Claudia, whatever it is, no? But you keep your name here in Mexico and Korea. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. But some of them change and adopt another name.
Somebody else?
Yes, she wanted to ask.
Okay.
Right. In your opinion, what's the most difficult thing
I wasn't with my parents. It was a school program. So it was really nerve-wracking because we didn't know the hours, or we didn't, I was embarrassed to ask the teacher for when we were going to go to the plane and stuff like that. And actually the thing that was most, the thing that was a little nerve-wracking, crossing the border to Canada, you have a visa, you have the, yes, I have to stand there and talk to an officer, and they actually asked me if I have dogs and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I'm legal, I assure you. So it was really, and I don't mean to be like a little problematic, but when I was with my group, I was the one that took most time talking with the officers. So I don't know if it was, I had a face that, I have a scary face or something like that.
Thank you. Remember that before pandemic, we have this kind of activities. We have interchanges and some trips to another country.
Not in bachillerato.
And the pandemic was in 2020. Yeah, it was, no? The November, December of 19, the whole 20, and the 21 also. But as Ms. Lebre said, before pandemic, we used to have a trip to Canada, Toronto, especially, and we stayed there. I don't remember quite well, but maybe it was, I don't remember if it was 2 weeks or 3. And another week, we spent the last week in Orlando, just for pleasure. But the others, the other weeks were just for, in order to practice the language, no? Because then we have the opportunity to interact with Korean, with Chinese, with Brazilian, with Italian, with many from many countries, you know. And the common language is English. That's the way that we can communicate each other, you know.
Shared, sorry, I shared a lot of pictures with my teacher when they weren't here. I shared the pictures where I went. I went to a stadium to see an American football game. I went to the aquarium that is like besides the Toronto Tower, and I took some pictures there. And actually, some of my classmates that are really old here in school, like Brandon, Kawe, and I think and Luis, recognize some of the people I was there in the picture because they were all friends that left when Prepa came around.